peace forever and always. Welcome to another edition of the Reality's Temple on Earth. Your host is his divine masculine brother AdMinister Taalik Ibn'rad.
What's up, everybody? I just wanted to do another video because I'm frustrated again. However, I'm not going to vent this time. I'm going to try and be cool. Okay, what I want to talk about is the TV shows. And I want to talk about the TV show that's hip hop. I love hip hop. The Police Women of Cincinnati. You know, the repo people in, I think it's in Philly or Detroit. It's in Detroit where they put the big, I don't know, they put a boot on your car if you haven't paid the taxes to the city. Now, my question is this. Now, I know that a lot of people are okay with gay people. I don't judge people. You know, I think that it's pushed on African American people by the media, and white people aren't afraid of a feminine man. So that's why it's always pushed. And I think it's pushed. I don't believe that a lot of the African American women or men are really gay. I think that they're trying to be accepted in America. And whatever is being accepted in America is kind of what we do. And that's how I would lead into the shows. I could not be a police officer. I could never be a police officer because I feel the laws are racist. I mean, you have the war on drugs, where you know, Reagan stated that he hated niggas, and it was a plan, it was a trick, and it was a trap for our community. They sell just as much drugs in the white community as they do in the black community, but they kind of get a free pass. It's like their borders are open. You don't have to get, you know, your cars aren't searched and things like that. Now, I'm not promoting drugs. However, if the government brings drugs here and they're not giving contracts to African Americans, they're not hiring them, African American athletes and African American other wealthy elite aren't helping us. So I can't blame them for selling or doing anything for their people. Now, you can think about me whatever you want, because I don't care. I'm just doing a video because these are my issues, and I'm tired of people getting on Facebook, getting on YouTube, dogging people, like dogging Minister Farrakhan, dogging Al Sharpton, dogging all of these people. I will say, hold up, okay? These people are known worldwide. And I'm not saying that that's a good thing or bad thing. I'm saying they're known for the work they're trying to do in the African American community. Now, either let it be right, let it be wrong. If you see a void, thank them for the work they've done, because they've done some work, and then you pick it up and you carry what you feel the void is. Don't sit there and dog the minister, or you know, or dog anyone. Now, I'm not saying not question people. You can question whoever you want, but what I'm saying is, let's not dog and sit around and put each other against one another and just dog each other like, yeah, this person ain't right because I wouldn't have done that. You might not have done it, and it's cool, you know, but do what you would have done. But you don't need to dog this person. There's millions of black people in America and in Africa and in the diaspora, period. So you cannot say what someone's not doing. You're wrong. And I used to say that, and my mentor checked me and told me, You don't know what you're talking about. You haven't been doing all this work. A lot of other people have been doing this work. So you don't know what other people are doing. So instead of, getting on here saying what people aren't doing or how you don't like what they're doing, get on there and say, you know what, thank you for your service thus far. I think we need to be going this way and lead that way. Don't dog the people for leading this way and you want to lead that way. You lead your way. And then it was respect, because I pay respect to people who came before me, even if I wouldn't have done things the way they've done things. I like Martin Luther King. I wouldn't have not done the things he's done. I love Malcolm X and probably would have done the things that he's done, except being, tied to any religion. So, I have to respect both of them for the work that they put in for me. And you should too. And you shouldn't dog anyone just because you think that I guess their leadership is not the leadership that you would desire, or you see that void. Okay, I'm gonna wrap it up in a second. My next issue is, and I'm gonna go back to the police officer in TV shows. I can't be a police officer and enforce these racist laws. Being a police officer, being in the army, is you have to uphold the establishment. If you agree to uphold the establishment, well, African Americans, whatever you call yourself, have always been on the bottom. So you have to make sure you enforce those racist laws. And I can't do that. Now, if you can do that and you say you got to make some money, that's fine. But I know a lot of the people who are saying that just have African faces and they're white people. They're agent provocateurs, and let them be that. We know who you are. We laugh about you. We inbox each other. We know you're here. We don't care because we're true revolutionaries and we're out in the street getting the stuff done. So what I want you to understand is when someone's telling you all about, I'm going to lock you up because you owe Masters some tickets, or I'm going to lock you up or put a boot on your car because you ain't paid Master his tickets, and I'm a taxpayer and don't own a home in the hood, okay? You don't own nothing. You're just upholding what Master do. And I just want to know, how can we do that? Is it just because we don't know our timeline? How can we join the army that bombed us from the sky right after their World War I? And it happened not just in Black Wall Street, but all over. And I mean, we still have number one first of African people doing things. And I know I'm rambling, but I just want y'all to think. Let's start thinking about what we do. This stupid crap called Easter is coming up. Don't go out there and spend your money. Give this man your money on some dresses for spring. Don't do it. Jesus did not rise and come back and, okay, I'm sorry. I said I wasn't going to go there. I'm sorry. You believe in Jesus, wash a nice dress. Don't go out there and get sucked into the nonsense, because it's nonsense. If you're worshiping Jesus, I'm sorry, I have an issue with this. I'm trying to be respectful as I can. Don't follow the masses, because there's tricks and traps that we get set up in, and we get caught up in the tricks and the traps. That's why you have so many people out here, these African American gay men and women in droves. You never saw that before, and I'm not supporting that, and I'm not judging you either. I'm saying, if you're gay and you think you're gay, I respect that and respect you, because I can't judge you. I'm not gay. I'm not going to be with a woman. So I can't judge you. I respect you, and I don't want you jacked up. I don't want you hurt. I don't want none of that. But I also don't want it pushed on our people, pushed on our kids, because everybody know white people are not afraid of a feminine man. Okay? So we need to sign some petitions to get Wendy Williams' man ass off the TV. We need to sign some petitions to make it even and equal, or at least to get these African American, we have billionaires, millionaires, they can get some stuff started. I need some help here, people. Who wants to do the work? Let's figure out what we can do about what's going on. We know it's some drama and we know what's going on. Let's solve it. I'm tired of hearing about it. Be on my page all you want. That's why I don't be on Facebook like that anymore, because I'm out here doing the work. I'm a true revolutionary. And don't comment about the earrings. I know I have on 2 different earrings. If you're conscious, you know why. Bam and bam. And you know what both of those are. So if you don't, you're not conscious, and do some studying, or, I'm sorry, so I was going to be nice. Or, do what your Bible tells you and love your neighbor like you would love thyself. Or you're gonna burn in hell. You believe it anyway. Peace, people. What's up, Facebook? Walter Smith had a video posted on here, and I got into a bit of a confrontation, and not confrontation, we always do this. Me and Mark and Khadijah, it's all love. We love each other, so don't think that we're fighting, because we're not. However, we do disagree on the little things. Not me and Khadijah, because me and Khadijah are here. Me and Mark, we're about here. I'm not saying either one of us are right. I'm just saying that we don't agree. One of the things we're talking about the drugs in the black community, and we're talking about, I stand with the people. I say that the black community don't own boats, planes, and things like that, so it's being brought into our community, basically, pushed on us. And you never hear anything about the government and their plight. It just seems like a lot of African Americans just jump on the side of, this war on drugs. And that's the problem. I went to this meeting today about OSU. It's a youth violence prevention. I'm on the board with some really great people from around Columbus, Ohio. And we were talking about, it was a guy there, his name was Dr. Rich. It was two doctors from Philadelphia. And they have a program called Healing Hurt People, because they were saying that hurt people hurt people. And I began to think about what they were saying, and I understand now why so many black people say that, this is, black people are doing their own issues, black people are doing this, black people are doing that, when we don't fight for the things that are jacking us all up, I guess, all together, like how the city is not giving contracts to minority workers, how our juvenile justice, our children are getting sentenced to jail at a disproportionate rate, how we don't fight to get anything for our community, how we just allowed, and we kind of got numb to, them talking about how bad our kids were, or us not sticking up together. I'm so sick and tired of people telling me how bad black people are, or that it's all in the community. You know what? Stop that, because it's not. You need to go back. You need to read Michelle Alexander's book, The New Jim Crow. You need to do some research, because right now, us being divided means that basically some of you are siding with Master. Master, our house burning down. Master, we cold. Master, we sick. That bull, okay? And I'm sick of it. So what we have to do is start examining what the issues are. How do we have the same issues as someone else? How can we have the same issue that America has about the war on drugs when they're bringing the drugs into our community? How don't we stand with our people? I don't understand that. Maybe you guys can help me. Let me know.
Peace, YouTube. It is TiffanniRhea. How's everybody? Hope everybody is doing well. More on the yin and yang energy and what's going on with that, or how I feel about it. And I think a nice way to segue into it is a question that was posed to me by a brother who calls himself the original man. Cool dude. Very really good question, as we are, when you talk about the redemption and the resurrection of the black man, the redemption of the black woman, there's a healing that has to take place. Peace, Queen. I just watched a few of your videos. I appreciate you taking the time out to deliver this knowledge. I am very connected to your message, and I become inspired when I see sisters like yourself who have self-knowledge. I'm definitely feeling your movement. I want to get your advice on something, though. It's about our women. I'm a black man who loves black women to the fullest. It's only right because I come from a black woman. The thing is, as I've grown in my self-knowledge, it's hard for me to connect with a lot of sisters now because of their lack of interest in wanting to know more about themselves and our people. Plus, too many times I run into sisters who refuse to be taught by a brother. Consequently, I can't take these type of sisters seriously due to the circumstances, but don't want to play games with women either. We as men have done enough harm already, including myself. With that being said, what would you say is a better way to connect with our sisters that helps them to see we all have been deceived about who we are? How should brothers who've done their work go about trying to get their women to receive and embrace their knowledge? Thank you, peace, and blessings. When I answer questions, it's just based on my experience, it's based on my life, and it's based on how I see things. So I'm not speaking for all sisters. I'm not speaking for all brothers. This is just, my take and my view. So for me, I think once, when we become conscious, or, we wake up and we are just excited about learning and knowing more about self, and just coming out of deception and all the stuff that, we've been fed about who and what we are, and knowing that it's all lies. It's just, it's like being sick, you know what I'm saying? Or being in a dead state, and you finally wake up and you can't help but want to share that knowledge. What I will say is, we have to stay humble. We have to stay humble, and it's very easy to hide, insecurities and self-esteem issues, and a lot of the struggles behind, this particular knowledge, because, it's building, but at the same time, it doesn't cure, your self-esteem if you don't go internal. Humility is always the number one factor in continuing to grow. I would definitely say everything that we've been taught while we were in that dead state, everything we were taught about love, everything we were taught about relationships, everything we was taught about so many things, throw it all out the window. We've never been in love before. Not on a conscious level, you know what I'm saying? Not in a awake state. So a lot of the things, we carry a lot of baggage, you know what I'm saying? And I'm speaking for the women who know my experience, when we just been gamed so much all our lives at all angles, from wherever, from being just an employee to church to school to just whatever you name, just being gamed all around. It's just like, and just being played so many times, giving your heart, and just expecting that, that man will see the best in you and do right by you. You have to understand that we've been torn apart, you know what I'm saying? Torn apart, left for dead, just heinous, horrible things have happened to us. And so it's really, really hard to just, look at a dude and be like, yeah, he on the up and up, you know what I'm saying? But, just the other day, boom, 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 whoop-de-whoop, you know what I'm saying? It's like, no, dude, you know what I'm saying? You're going to really have to come with it. Everybody coming at you from all these different angles, very few. I had two brothers, pull me to the side when I was, working. And I first got out there, I was 20 years old, the work environment was, 99% men, like 1% women, you know what I'm saying? So whenever there was somebody new, it was there was the wolves, you know what I'm saying? Just waiting, you know what I'm saying? You got dudes who pretending to be your friend, just want to get some ass, you know what I'm saying? You got everybody just coming at you, and you just really don't know, you know what I'm saying? It's just game on top of game on top of game on top of game. And I was fortunate that, self-respect has always been big with me, you know what I'm saying? You ain't got to love me, you ain't got to like me, but you gonna respect me, you know what I'm saying? So that was one of the things that kind of saved me. And plus, I had two brothers who pulled me to the side who really was like, okay, she really don't know, let me put her up on some, you know what I'm saying? These dudes don't mean you no good self, you know what I'm saying? So especially when it's coming from your own, you know what I'm saying? It's tremendous. You know what I'm saying? It hurts. It hurts. It hurts. Even hurt. I mean, just torn apart. Like we the Cinderellas. We Cinderella waiting to be redeemed. But before we can be redeemed, we have to go into self. And so, trying to save or bring, people into this knowledge, you know what I'm saying? You can't do that. It's the self-initiation. And so trying to teach somebody or trying to put somebody up on knowledge, it's something that they would have to want themselves first. And so we have to become secure first before we can be redeemed. We have to, go internal, men and women, before we can, be resurrected and redeemed. You can't go and raise somebody up, you know what I'm saying? Bobby Hemmett said it best when he said, dead people, I'm paraphrasing, are just radiating at the root chakra, you know what I'm saying? Where they can only get down with desires, what looks good, what tastes good, what smell good, what feel good, and whatever the other one is, you know what I'm saying? And so that's what the whole Bleak, Clark, and Indigo was all about. Clark represented that his lower self. Indigo represented his higher self, indigo being the color of the third eye, you know what I'm saying? So he needed to be resurrected. He wanted to reach his higher self. A lot of us don't want to go internal, and you can't be in a healthy relationship if you're not in a healthy relationship with self. You know what I'm saying? You know, some of the stuff is just hard. This is hard. This is a hard road because you got to be real 100% all day, every day. And then once you have that self-love, it's just going to automatically expand to somebody else who complements where you are and who you are. But it's real on both sides because men have been hurt as well. You know what I'm saying? We've all, you know, on both sides, you know, just like you said, we've both been deceived, you know, as to who we are. So we're healing, but it's the self-healing first before you can jump out there and help somebody else. And the best way to lead is by example. You know what I'm saying? How you live in your life, how you are changing your whole life, because that's what it requires. You change your whole life. Who you were, throw that out the window. What you thought was love, throw that out the window. What you thought was how to carry a healthy relationship, throw that out the window. All of that's dead. You know what I'm saying? Now you got a whole clean slate, whole new palette to work with. You know what I'm saying? And that's the way you build. You know, you get down to the foundation, rip up that foundation, and then you rebuild. But this is the process. This is gonna, you know, and everybody's not gonna wake up. It's not for everybody. But those who want it and those who are moving in that direction, you know what I'm saying, who will receive the benefit. You know, what I had to learn, you know, and still learning is to always be with self. You know what I'm saying? When was the last have a healthy relationship with self? I mean, and it is an ongoing thing. It's things about myself I just don't want to fess up to, or I don't want to admit. You know what I'm saying? Or I don't want to take responsibility for. You know what I'm saying? But you have to do those hard things when everybody else out there partying. You know what I'm saying? You got to be in there studying. You know what I'm saying? When everybody else out there, it seems like they having the most fun in the world. You know, you got to be, you know, going into self. You got to learn the difference between your ego voice and your soul voice. You know what I'm saying? You got to know what's leading you. You got to know, you got to have a humility enough to know that you can learn something from anybody. You know what I'm saying? And not coming on like, you know, let me put you up on game. You know what I'm saying? It's like, no, just show me how you living. You know what I'm saying? You should know them better fruit. You know what I'm saying? Let me just show them how you living and keep doing you to the fullest. You know, remain open. You know what I'm saying? Because it's a reason why you attracting or attracted to, you know, women who aren't, you know, conscious yet. You know what I'm saying? It's what is that saying about you? What is that saying about some internal issue that's going on with you? And you have to be able to answer that. You know what I'm saying? Is it your mate? Is a mirror image of how you feel about you. You know what I'm saying? So we can point the finger and say, you know, this, and this, and this, and that. You know, I have a lot of friends. Like I said, I have a lot of sisters, and none of them call me male bashing. We don't do that. I don't play that. Because I'm going to always make you point the finger back to self. Okay, what is that saying about you? You know what I'm saying? Why are you attracting this energy? Why are you creating this energy? Because it all goes back to self. Everybody in your life is just a reflection or aspect of self. That's all it is. As we begin to heal and as we begin to resurrect our relationships, a lot of relationships needs to be resurrected. You know what I'm saying? A lot of commitments need to be, recommitted. You know what I'm saying? Especially as the springtime rolls around, because all of this renewal is happening. All this new rebirth is happening. You can get into that energy. But a lot of stuff needs to be renewed. A lot of relationships, a lot of dysfunctional relationships. A lot of people think I'm just gonna run out and get somebody else. I'm just, somebody who's on my level or whatever the case may be. But you gotta have the courage to work with what you got, especially when you love that person and that person loves you, and y'all both are willing to do the work. It's easy to just go be with some dude. It's easy to go out and party. It's easy to just go find some chick, you know what I'm saying, and do whatever. But it's hard loving yourself. It's hard sitting down and being still and meditating and abstaining from sex so you can understand your proper body function and what is the proper use of sex, and you know what I'm saying, and how to use that energy outside of sex, you know what I'm saying, how to properly use it with your mate, you know what I'm saying, just to be still enough to understand life, and live a spiritual life, not a physical life so much, but live a spiritual life. You know what I'm saying? You can't, we've been taught to create from the outside in, not the inside out. So that's the real power. You know what I'm saying? Everything that that becomes tangible was intangible first. But we think, okay, I need money, let me go get a job. You know what I'm saying? We don't, though. You know what I'm saying? That thought, then deed, and it's like, no. Let me. What would be the best way? What talent can I use would be the best way to produce the outcome that I want? You know what I'm saying? And you allow it to take on form. put that intention out there and allow it to take on form. And so you create inside out. Outside in is just superficial. Inside out is spiritual. There's just a lot of healing that needs to take place. There's a lot of discussions that need to take place. I'm not really down with, not against it, but I'm not really down with a whole lot of women conferences and women doing this and men doing that, and everything that we do is separate. You know what I'm saying? That's done. That's a wrap. We need to do some things. All of our things we need to do together. There is no separation. You know what I'm saying? We're all we have to learn to connect. We can sit down and understand each other. You know what I'm saying? Have your baby with you. You know what I'm saying? When y'all go into these little different things and y'all, babe, what you thought? What did you think about when dude said, wow, you know, whoop-de-whoop? You know what I'm saying? And we can understand, and we can all, you know, have like this community, and we can all discuss whatever our problems are. You know what I'm saying? Instead of you go over here and listen to that, I go over here, and then we come back together and we still jacked up. You know what I'm saying? So there's a lot of healing. There's a lot of issues. There's a lot of things that we have to work on. But if you're dedicated to doing it for self first, I promise you that you will not be disappointed. I promise you that, you know, your glory days are ahead of you. You know what I'm saying? Because they're right here and right now, because you're doing the work. You have the courage to do the work. And everything you're asking of your mate, you know, be that. You know what I'm saying? A lot of us, we get to thinking, you know, this is the superficial way of creating a relationship. You know, ask for what you want. Okay, he got to be this and he got to be that. You know what I'm saying? Make sure everything you asking for, you that 100%. You know what I'm saying? And don't attach somebody to your life. Like, okay, he got to understand that, you know, I work all the time, and he got to be understanding to the fact that I deal with a lot of men in my profession, and she got to understand that I'm at the studio all types of night and I interact with a lot of women. It's like, nah, dude, hold on, chick. You know what I'm saying? Hold on. That's not how we create a relationship. You know what I'm saying? You trying to attach them to your life. Well, what you do, you use a fusion of the two. You know what I'm saying? You merge them together. Y'all lives have to complement each other. Okay, what's the best way for us to carry out this? Okay, babe, you know, I'm at the studio. I can be at the studio all night. Why don't you come down there with me? If it ain't too much to ask, I would love to, you know, just expose you to what goes on in my world, or whatever the case may be. Look, babe, you know what I'm saying? You know, I work late a lot. If that bothers you, you know, I can, you know what I'm saying? I can do something to adjust my schedule so that we, you know what I'm saying? So that we can make what we have work. You know what I'm saying? We got to make this work. That's just my take. But always stay humble. Always stay humble, because the beautiful part of being conscious and waking up is somebody can wake up and be right there on your level. You know what I'm saying? They was just dead yesterday, but they woke up and they on your level. They putting you up on game. Like, dude, did you know that? You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So, you know, just stay humble. Stay humble. Keep doing your work. Peace and blessings to the original man. Peace and blessings to you all. Let's continue to heal. Let's continue to build. Let's continue to love each other. Love each other and love this process. Peace and blessings, YouTube. What's up, YouTube? It's TiffanniRhea coming to holler at y'all about the blocks in our lives that keep us from getting the things that we want or getting to where we want to be in life. If you watched the movie The Secret, came out years ago by Rhonda Byrne, or read the book, it was a fascinating, very, very, very great movie as well as book. Talk about the whole law of attraction and, you know, trying to make those things manifest in your life that you want to bring to pass in order to, you know, live the life of your dreams. But one thing that I wanted to talk about that wasn't talked about in The Secret was those blocks that will come up as you try to change your old nature of thinking, your old way of thinking, and, you know, getting rid of those old habits. A lot of the times those blocks will come up and it feels like it's negative energy. It feels very negative. It's stuff that we don't want to deal with, so we try to firm it away. Or we say the devil is busy, the devil is messing with me. But those blocks or those things, all that dead energy or suppressed energy or repressed energy is coming up in order to be healed, in order to see the light, and you can't affirm it away. You can't positive think it away. It's coming up for a reason, to show you, listen, you know, this has been here for quite some time. And it can go all the way back as far as to the womb, childhood. It's a lot of things that really is very hurtful. It's very, very hurtful. What helped me back in 2008, December, I lost my dad. But before my dad passed away, you know, I had a chance to really heal my relationship with my father to the point where, you know, I love my daddy. I always loved my daddy. I always wanted to be a daddy's girl, but, you know, growing up, it was really hard. You can watch my video Naked and it'll tell you the whole story. But if we healed our relationship. It was, you know, it was just amazing. But in healing that relationship, so you can't heal one thing without healing all others. Everything that needs to be healed will come up when you touch that one issue. So before I actually, you know, was able to go to my father and tell him how I felt, I used to journal a lot. And that's where a lot of the poetry comes from, is, you know, just writing out how I felt. So before I could really go to him, I just wrote a lot, wrote about how I felt, wrote about, you know, things that was going on in my life. You know, it was very therapeutic for me. It was extremely therapeutic for me. So, you know, with my father, we sat and we cried, and, you know, he apologized for so many things, and I got to see that he was just a person. You know what I'm saying? I see him as a person and not my father. And, you know, it just shows you don't have the right to judge anybody because you don't know what they come from. You don't know what they've come through. You don't know what they've been through. And so that was tremendous, but it was so much underneath that needed to be healed once I started, you know, it was kind of like peeling an onion. You know what I'm saying? It was just so many other layers that needed my attention. January 2008 I called it my spiritual sabbatical. I was 33, and 33 is the, you know, considered a divine age or divine number because it's the highest number of truth. And when I tell y'all, like, my spiritual sabbatical, I did this for the whole month of January. My birthday is January 27th. So for the whole month of January, I didn't talk on the phone. If I did, it would have to be straight to the point, whatever it was, straight to the point. I didn't watch any TV. I just basically meditated, read, and I wrote a lot. That was all I did. It was. I wanted my connection to God to be deeper. I needed more guidance. I just needed more. And when I tell y'all, that was the best thing I could have ever done. It was like I re-engaged with nature. You know what I'm saying? So what started it, I was going through a hard time in my life, and so I was laying on the couch and I was sick, watching Color Purple, and so I look out the window, I kind of like through the blinds, I just see all this movement. So I don't really think much of it, so I just keep seeing this movement. It's, you know, it's winter, you know, you don't see many birds because they're kind of high, you know, flying south. So I get up and I look through the blinds, and I tell y'all, it was like almost maybe over 200 birds, black birds in my backyard, and it was like they were all over the grass. They were like all on the telephone wires. They were everywhere, and it's like they were trying to get my attention. And I was just, my mouth was hanging open because they wasn't in the back, any of my neighbors' backyards. You know, we were really close. We lived really close. They were just all over my backyard. And I heard the Spirit say, you know, you shall feed flocks. And I just kind of just like, I didn't know who to call and who to tell, but it was just like the most fascinating thing I had ever seen in my whole life. From then on, I started feeding birds. I started feeding the birds in my backyard, just getting some bird seed, getting some breadcrumbs, and just kind of throwing them out. So all these different species of birds would be in the backyard, and they would even come to wake me up. They would fly past my window like, you know, where that girl at with that food? You know, I would just be feeding the birds, and I would just start crying. You know what I'm saying? Because that time of my life, you know, when all those blocks start coming up, I was suppressed so much. I didn't like to cry, so if I cried, it would be at night, and my face would be, you know, pushed into the pillow because I don't want nobody to know I'm crying or I'm weak, you know. So that was just all that repression, all that stuff that would come up, all those dead relationships, all the stuff, you know, all the people I had to go to and apologize to for things I did to them. I had so much atoning to do. Because I had thought I was better. You know what I'm saying? I'm better than you because I got this. I'm better than you because you still there. You still in the hood. You know what I'm saying? I'm better than you. I'm better than you. I bought into that whole, you know, I got a good job. I bought into that whole, you know, elevating myself because I thought I was doing something or I had something nobody else could get. And I was so humble. I was extremely humble, and I'm so glad I was. And once all those blocks start coming up, don't fight it. Don't act like you're this perfect person who's just so positive, who can't have a bad day, who never been through nothing in life, and you won't deal with those issues, that stuff that's coming to the light in order to be healed. That's why you need a spiritual connection. That's why you need a spiritual ritual, because you can't do it from the outside in. You can't read, you can read the books, but you know, you have to start implementing that information. You know what I'm saying? And you find something that works for you on a personal level. You know, you can listen to a lot of different people and they say what works for them, but you'll find something that works perfectly for you. Superstructure would love for us to think the Matrix, the superstructure, would love for us to think that we're just these bags of flesh who have nothing to offer but just taking up space on the planet. You know what I'm saying? But I never feel more powerful than when I watch a movie about a superhero, be it my super ex-girlfriend, Hancock, Superman, the Transformers, especially Transformers. Oh my God, I came out the theater thinking I was ready to transform. But my body just something like sensors are going off of my body. Like, you can do that. You can fly, you can do a whole lot of stuff that, human beings don't even, we use like 5% of our brain, I think Einstein said, or something. And so we have all this power that's untapped potential. I want to say also that when you say I want, and you focus on what you don't have, and so when you say I want something, you're constantly saying I want it. What you're saying is, or you're expressing to the universe is what you lack. So that scripture that says, speak those things that be not as though they were, and that's what you have to start doing. You know what I'm saying? Speak it, believe it like it already exists, because it does. Faith just got it. It's over there with faith. So the universe needs your intentions or your prayers. So you need to be clear on the things that you want and things that you're asking for, and also realize it's going to come in its own way, in its own time, in its own season, and you have to accept that. The universe works in order. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes it seems a little chaotic, but that's how the universe isn't taking any suggestions. Like, universe sitting around, well, what do you think you should do? The universe is only working with what you're giving it. The reason why women, how we are with relationships, and we're always, for the most part, want to be married. I kind of mentioned that in the last video, but it's natural to long for union. It is natural. It's the most natural thing to long for union. What's unnatural is expecting this person to replace the love that you're supposed to have for yourself. Come from oneness, and we're on our way back to that. Big shout out to all my subscribers, y'all who've been riding with me from the beginning, the middle, and those of y'all who just jumped in on the end. I love y'all. I really appreciate you. Enjoy this blessed day. Peace, guys.
This is another vent. I am extremely irritated with this whole Sherry Sherrod incident, the whole community thing that's going on. Something's on my computer. Excuse me. What I like to say is that African Americans, Black, whatever you call yourself, we are unique because we've been through some things together. And no one's going to tell me, they might can tell you, but no one's going to tell me that I cannot reflect on the things that I've been through in this country. No one. Now, we always want to sit there and say, well, no one's forcing the Black community to sell drugs, which is true. However, no one's forcing our politicians to work with the Black community. No one's forcing our community or our leadership to put Black history in the schools. No one's forcing them to look at white people and to evenly look at drugs as a problem in our community. No, we're all okay with Black people being shook down, our kids being dogged, and just having all this myths and stereotypes on them. I'm sick of that. I'm sick of people telling me that, that I'm tripping because I see the issue. I'm tripping because I see, what's going on. No, you tripping. You're tripping because if you can tell me, if you can sit and say, well, Erica, no one's blaming Black, no one's forcing Black people to sell drugs. No one's forcing the kids. Let me let you marinate on this for a second. If the kids don't have jobs, no one's giving them opportunity because they want them all to go to jail, and they're planting drugs in our community. Shouldn't we be fighting to stop that too? Shouldn't we fight to stop that? Shouldn't we fight to worry about other communities that have drugs? These other communities have drugs. White communities are more likely to use drugs than our community, than our kids. It's focused on that way, so the Black police officers, Black judges and prosecutors and things like that, they want to have this war on drugs, and it's a war on our community, because every community have drugs. And so I'm just sick of hearing the same old thing. Oh, Black people are your biggest enemy. Black people are doing this. Black people are doing that. I'm sick of hearing that, okay? Get up off Black people and get up on trying to do something. We allow our people to do whatever they want, to us in our community, or we allow the other community to perpetuate that stuff on our community. And I'm not having it no more. I'm sick of it. I am not a second-rate citizen. I was forced to come here. I'm a descendant of slaves. I don't know who you think you are. I know who I am. I'm not going to attach myself to some religion that has hundreds of books mentioned in the Bible. It's not even there. You're following master. I urge you to look at yourself, look in the mirror, look at your community, and step up and stop complaining about what the black community is not doing. Okay? This message is to all of the NFL players and NBA players, maybe some entertainers, maybe, but primarily NFL and NBA, African American people. Okay? This is to you. Okay? What the fuck is wrong with you? I mean, I know that turns you off and you want to turn off the TV saying, what is this girl saying with all these locks in her? What is she saying? Well, I'm saying that, aren't you tired of getting pimped by the system that you live in and make all these millions? Aren't you sick of being pimped? Well, let me ask you a question. One thing that Nike always do for NFL and NBA players is make their shoes. How come, they give you a signing deal and you do your shoes? How come you NFL players and NBA players don't start a distribution company and start your own line of shoes? You can hire your own people, your sisters, your moms, your dad, the people who look like you, the people who are going through a recession, who can't get a damn job, who support your ass in everything that you do. How about ESPN athletes? They just bending you over and giving it to you any way they want. You make all this money, but we don't have. They make all the money for the media. ESPN have your ass up on there talking about you, dogging you, and then going to the games. How come we don't have athletes on their own network and talk about the sports themselves? For that way, when something happened with Michael Vick about some damn dog fighting, they put him to jail, sent him to jail for some dog fighting, and he's sucking a dick like, I need to be with them so bad doing all this. I wouldn't do none of that, okay? I wouldn't do none of that. First thing you need to do, Michael Vick, is stand up, put that head up, poke that chest out, and be a man. And ask your woman to take that weave out her hair, stop looking like the white chick, because I'm sick of all this nonsense we keep doing. Let's produce something. We have $1 trillion as black people, and we don't even produce toothpicks. Even everything that we produce, even if it's, I know you're thinking, apple bottoms, baby fat, that bullshit. Well, that's Illuminati, and they allow them to be done out of the country. I never sold any apple bottoms. And look at your boy Russell Simmons. He got that show. All white people he hired. What the fuck? Look at the white people. They don't hire you. They don't hire you. They hire each other. Okay? What you need to do, athlete, T.O. and Chad Johnson having these TV shows being some sellout niggas that you are, only like white girls. Nigga, please. A white girl ain't got shit on my sisters. Nothing. And you're stupid for allowing them to brainwash you like this, talking about they're so wonderful. How come these wonderful bitches never told you about making money? How come these wonderful bitches never helped you about, building your own homes? You have NFL motherfuckers who got millions of dollars who can buy your homes. I mean, you have a whole race of people, when they get money, they will buy your stuff. You don't think they'll say, look at Iverson. He has his own line of shoes and a distribution company. We can make money. We don't even sell our own shoes. People, can we wake up? What do you think? You think the white man ice is that much colder? Can you wake up and produce some shit? We'll have $1.2 trillion in 2013. Why don't we take all of that money and combine it with the number one resources in the world, Africa, close the borders like China did, and now they about to succeed. They're about to succeed America. America is falling. America used to be number one in education, and out of the 25th developed country, now it's 21st. So you can stay in this burning ship if you want to, and you can keep allowing these people to keep dogging you and taking your money. You think that all of these white investors that you put your money with, they just gonna keep you rich. You'll never get wealthy. Wealthy is where, you buying a team, you producing your own shoes. Produce something. We're 99% consumers. Black people get money. When Asians come over here, they set up dead in the hood. You'll never see them trying to run their candidates. Never. Because they got a plan. They come to the hood, sell us some freaking rat, and we eat it. They don't buy nothing from us, and they got money everywhere. They're not pushing candidates. Why not? Because they don't care. They're not with this illusion thinking, oh, I'm an American citizen. I'm so great. I'm going to get this. Yeah, let's see how great you are. Start looking at what happened to Hurricane Katrina. They shot your ass in the back. They hate you, black man. Now, I'm not saying that I'm racist or I hate white people or we shouldn't be friends with them, because I have friends. I kick it with my white friends. However, every race do things together. Look at our Congress right now. We have almost half of the people who are sitting in our Congress, white supremacist racism. Period. So they stick together. They come together to help each other. The Arabs do the stores and the gas station. The Chinese do the nails and the hair. The Mexicans do the roofing and the landscaping. The white people do white supremacy, racism, and white privilege, where they hire all their friends. Our athletes and stuff hire them because they think they're better. They have this whole supremacy over them. We need to wake the fuck up, or we're gonna keep dying. If you're an athlete and you're looking at this like, who the hell does she think she is? I'm trying to help your dumb ass, okay? I'm not trying to dog you. I'm trying to help you. You have all this money and we don't even own a network. When they talking about Michael Vick or dogging other people about fighting some dogs, they hunt in this country, and they sent a black man to jail for fighting dogs. That doesn't shock anybody, and we're okay with that. Oh, forget it. Michael Vick should have went to jail. No, the hell he shouldn't. Okay, and they mad at him because he's a quarterback. But we like, well, it's not like that anymore. They love us. Y'all better wake up. And athletes, if you don't wake up, they're going to keep taking your money. And after you retire, you're going to have to get a job. And they're going to keep calling you dumbass jocks. And you're going to keep chasing the stupid-ass white women that give you whatever the hell you want. That's fine. I don't give a fuck about that, because there's dumbass black women who would do that too. It's not a thing about them. I'm trying to show you, athletes, that you need to wake up and stop letting them bend you over and screw you. I wonder how many people got took by that Ponzi scheme in New York from the one guy who took all the people's money. I know some of y'all athletes was in it. I know it. So start thinking. Think. There are people in China drilling for oil in Africa right now, buying up land to drill for oil. How come you don't own an oil company? Athletes? How come you don't have a rig digging for the diamonds and the gold and the oil on our land? You don't think you African, stupid. African American. Remember, African is first. So come on, wake up. Stop letting them pimp you. Watch the news. Watch Fox. If you don't want to watch Fox, watch it on YouTube. But they're dogging you, and you don't even see it. And you still, oh, I want me a little white girl. They're so cute. What they want? These? Angela Jolie want some of these? We got that already. Yeah. They want nice color. We already got that. So you're just trying to go over here because you think they're better. Chad Johnson, how ass bastard. I don't like you for saying the shit that you said about us, because fuck you. You disrespected your mother. You disrespected your grandmother by talking about you won't date no black woman. I'm embarrassed for you. And then T.O., you had the black model, and then you was stunting all over this white chick who was ugly and didn't even want to do nothing with you. Y'all look like fools. I beg you to wake the fuck up and stop being pimped by this system. And I'm going to make this public. And I don't care what nobody got to say, because I don't care. And all the little white boys are going to say all they little I don't care. I brush that off. Because you see me, you see my hair, I don't conform. I don't care what you want. I'm trying to wake up my people. This is for African American athletes. Wake up. Stop getting pimped. Peace.
Peace, family. Peace to the guys and the goddesses. This video is called Goddess Rising. It's really been on my heart to do this video for a little bit now, because I get inboxes from the babies. I get inboxes from the 19-year-olds on through those who are going through their 20s, and they feel lost, they feel devalued, they feel pretty much what's going on, you know what I mean, with a lot of black women. and, you know, just kind of feeling off balance, feeling like I don't have a purpose, I don't know where to go, I don't know who to love. And I get a lot of those inboxes. And I love those inboxes because, it gives me a chance to give back. But I think what's really, really lacking is, the ability to be honest. You know what I'm saying? The ability to be honest with that generation and, the mistakes that we've made. And it's easy to gloss things over once you've reached a certain level of spirituality, or, you kind of where you want to be in life. It's easy to glaze things over and not be honest with some of the things you've done in the past. And I think if you can't really be honest with those things, you aren't really being honest with your life right now. A lot of these girls are having abortions. A lot of these girls are, sleeping with multiple men. A lot of these girls are searching for love in all the wrong places. And I think it's up to us to keep it real with them. And because we haven't kept it real, people are just been saved from the womb. You know what I'm saying? I was saved when I was a fetus, and I don't know sin. You know what I'm saying? And those of us, who just super conscious, I don't do that. That's just something that, I never even think about. You need to do this and you need to do that. You need to get a self-esteem. And it's like, okay, if you keep it real with them, if you kick it down real with them from the heart and be sincere, because if they can feel the love, they can receive the correction. But if you hitting me and ain't hugging me, then, you know what I'm saying, I'm through with you. You know what I'm saying? If you only using other people as examples of the vile things, or things that are unfavorable, things that you don't really want to pay attention to, and you using, oh well, such and such did this and such down the street did that. But what you do? When I talk about dealing with our issues in order for us to ascend, I'm talking about the real deal. Digging down, getting to that dang on foundation. Like, look, baby, you know what I'm saying? I've been there, so you ain't got to go through this. You know what I'm saying? Yup. Dated married men. I sure did. Slept with, men just, knowing that they didn't want me, knowing that they didn't love me, knowing that that was the only thing that they wanted, but somehow I could make love out of it. You know what I'm saying? I could somehow make him see me. You know what I'm saying? I could somehow change his mind. If he just knew this about me. And it's like, you cannot build a relationship off of sex. You cannot build a relationship, a lasting, loving relationship off of sex. There must be a relationship to house that passion, those emotions, those a healthy relationship to house all those things that come along with having sex. See, that's why it never works. You know what I'm saying? If sex comes before the relationship, you can never build a lasting relationship off of sex. I don't care if Hobags in the city said it's okay, and you got to go through this man and date this man and date this man and date this man and get on all these dating sites to find somebody. That's garbage. It's garbage. You cannot build a relationship off of sex. Period. I'm not proud of a lot of those things, but I'd rather these babies know that, listen, you know what I'm saying? This is the real deal. You know what I'm saying? You have some women who keep it real with you only to a degree, only to it start, messing with them. You know what I'm saying? Only, no, I didn't expect for you to get that far, so I ain't telling you nothing else. You know what I'm saying? I think it's a huge disadvantage when you can sit down and talk to a lot of these women and they want to make it, make you seem like you just the worst thing that ever happened to, to this planet. You know what I'm saying? It's the whole, you get to open them dang on closets on a lot of these people and you be surprised what's going on, especially all the holier than thous. You know what I'm saying? So, yes, sweetheart, you are going through these situations because it's a reflection of, how you're feeling about you. But when you know better, you do better. Now, if you know better and you're not doing better, then you're going to suffer those consequences. And so if I'm keeping it real with you and I'm saying, listen, your body is the temple. You know what I'm saying? This goes for men and this goes for women as well. Once you understand your body, once you understand your makeup, once you understand your origin, once you understand that your value isn't placed outside of you, it's something that's within you. Once you understand that you're the stargate, once you understand that, your body is more precious than anything on this planet, you respect a man's body as well. When you start loving yourself and when you can start dealing with those issues and and start saying, this is how I really feel about me. Yup, I really do have a low self-esteem. Yup, I really do have these issues. Yup, I haven't let go of what happened to me in the past. I haven't done that. You know what I'm saying? And once you start doing that, maybe through journaling or maybe through, I don't really feel, a whole lot of young girls should be talking to a whole lot of young girls, because you ain't really getting no wisdom. You know what I'm saying? You need to talk to the old heads who gonna keep it real with you. You know what I'm saying? No, baby. You know what I'm saying? Close your legs and chill out for a while. Chill out for a while, back off the scene. You know what I'm saying? If all you do is go out and you just, you know what I'm saying, you just out there. You know what I'm saying? You cool with being a jump off. You cool with a dude just hitting and bouncing. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what society caters to, this society, because women have a lot of addictions. We have a whole lot of addictions. Our addictions are just basically societal, it's accepted. You know what I'm saying? We got a whole bunch of shoes, a whole bunch of clothes, a whole bunch of shit that we don't even need. You know what I'm saying? Just to have it. You know what I'm saying? And so what we gravitate to basically caters to low self-esteem. Caters to you coming outside of yourself to create somebody else to be, when, you know what I'm saying, in your heart that ain't you. You know in your heart that you don't really want to be out here, just kicking it with dudes, and they just, just using you as just, a means of relief. You're not cool with that. And any woman who can sit here and say she ain't no woman, that's just how it is, baby. Use your body to get what you want. No, you bet not. No, I'm telling you at this point. I'm telling you, I've done it. You know what I'm saying? I'm telling you that it ain't, that is the worst feeling in the world. I mean, I got to the point where, after my divorce, I was just really just like, self-esteem was just shot, because I'm like, I tried to be somebody I knew I wasn't. And when I was exposed, it was like, oh, you know what I'm saying? Instead of me turning and going the other way, I was like, well, no, I'm going to keep this charade up. So I don't need no man. You know what I'm saying? He could be married, he could be whatever. That just makes it easier for me, because I ain't got to deal with him. You know what I'm saying? He can just go on home to her. I ain't really got to deal with him, because I don't really want to deal in the first place. You know what I'm saying? It's all fun and games. You know what I'm saying? It's all fun and games till somebody start catching feelings. Namely, you. You know what I'm saying? Because that's not something you supposed to be doing in the first place. You know what I'm saying? You wouldn't want nobody cheating with your man. You wouldn't want nobody creeping with your man. You wouldn't want nobody, you wouldn't want your man creeping on you, and you know how I feel when it happened to you. And I tell you, did I pay for all of that stuff? Hell yeah. Still, you can slap, oh yeah, I'm spiritual. And no. I paid for that. I paid for that dearly. But even when you do things out of ignorance, you know what I'm saying? The correction is a loving process, because like, I'm trying to show you. I'm trying to show you who this person you trying to be ain't you. I'm trying to show you what, your value is misplaced. This is why you're doing what you're doing. This whole casual sex thing. You know what I'm saying? I'm just, ain't nobody how do you casually, invite somebody into your most sacred space? And you do that because you haven't been taught that it's sacred. Or you just let that go in one ear out the other because everybody else doing it. You know what I'm saying? Nicki Minaj and Beyonce and all these, Sierra and Rihanna, and everybody just, got their legs open and, hey, come on, let's make it do what it do. But that's your sacred space. And I learned I can't do that. You know what I'm saying? Tried it, and it's funny. I'm laughing because my body was shut down. My body would be like, I'm not participating. You know what I'm saying? You can do whatever you want to do. You can manipulate me as much as you want to, but I'm not doing it. You know what I'm saying? I'm not, whatever. You're not going to be gratified because I'm not, this ain't you. You know what I'm saying? I was conscious enough to know that what I was doing wasn't right, but I wanted to do what I wanted to do. You know what I'm saying? And so I know I can't do it because I'm going to start catching feelings. Even if he an idiot. You know what I'm saying? Even if he is just somebody I don't even want. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to start catching feelings. Shoot. And, I can say we have an agreement. Yeah, we just hook up. We just cool. You know what I'm saying? This is what we do. I can accept that. You know what I'm saying? This is the closest thing I'm going to get to love. Cool. But I guarantee you that next time we hook up and I'm over his house, I'm going to have my big purse. And I'm going to have me some dainties in there. I'm going to have some pictures in there. He going to wake up. My picture's going to be right over there with his kids, his kids. And I'm going to make a little space in the drawer for my dainties. Oh, yeah, we go together. We go together. I know I said that. You know what I'm saying? No, but we go together. That agreement, I feel differently now. Even in Love Jones with Nina and Darius. You know what I'm saying? We just kicking it. You know what I'm saying? We just just doing what we do. You know what I'm saying? Anybody really catching feelings? That does not exist. If you are a woman, we are emotional creatures. We bond through the act of sex. And so once you start to accept yourself for who you are, and it happens in stages, it happens little by little. You ain't gonna go from crawling to running. You know what I'm saying? It's a little process. You get a little bit at a time, and you take that little bit and you build on it. You know what I'm saying? You forgive yourself for those mistakes. You atone for those mistakes. Even if they were done out of ignorance, even if you didn't know any better, you still have to pay for that. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes you pay just being treated like shit to wake you up. You more powerful than anything on this planet. And so the generation under us, see, we have to pass the baton on to y'all. You know what I'm saying? Y'all got to take this to the next level. You know what I'm saying? We got to do what we do. And the people, the ones above us, they doing what they do. And if we all meet, it's like a tears on a wedding cake. Everybody has, a level that they're at. Everybody is at a certain level in their, development and on this journey. So when they pass the baton to us, you know what I'm saying? We like, oh, hey, you know what I'm saying? First of all, it's an honor and it's a privilege to have it in the first place. Now I got to keep it real and I got to keep running. See, y'all have to be the ones who learn from what we saying. Don't do, but more importantly, you move by your spirit. You listen to you. And so that's what we've been taught. We so used to listening to everybody else. By the time we start listening to us, that other little voice be like, don't do it because you remember what happened the last time you trusted yourself. No, you have to trust yourself. You have to have that confidence to know that there is a greater energy, a greater spirit. You know what I'm saying? That higher you, that higher self, your oversoul that is leading you. It's getting your attention. And it's not a bombarding when spirit speaks to you. It's very calm. It's very subtle. It's easy. If you're not used to listening to it, it's easy to ignore. But we got to pass the baton on to y'all so y'all can say, y'all gonna do way more than what we've done. You know what I'm saying? And we're supposed to supersede. That's how it's supposed to work. I'm not gonna envy you because you doing more than what I've done. No, I'm proud of that. I'm proud of that, and I'm glad that some of y'all are going through these situations. So you're learning, but when you know better, you do better. And so, we can sit and we can talk about all the spiritual things and all this wonderful origins, and it's great and that's wonderful. But now we have to start moving into, those going to the underworld and dealing with that dark side of ourselves, dealing with those things that, we so scared of, and man, we better not say this, and I don't want to offend that. You move by your spirit. Your spirit is not going to lead you wrong. It's not going to lie to you. It's not going to get you in sticky situations. We do that. We do enough of that. I'm saying to the babies, you know what I'm saying? You ain't alone. You know what I'm saying? You ain't the only one who are going through these things. And it's time where you have to just, especially for those who are single, you have to have that time where you just, abstain from sex for a while. Learn about your body. Come to the knowledge of what a woman really is and what she really represents. The black woman, the first woman, the original woman. You know what I'm saying? And how all of these things come into play and how we were, dumbed down or going through the process of forgetfulness, but now we are rising out of that. We're rising. You can look around and you can see it everywhere. If you are on your path, you can see it because stuff just started messing with you, knowing that, I'm supposed to be doing that. I'm multi-talented. I'm multitasking. I can do the damn thing if I want to. You know what I'm saying? And we have to really, really start rising out of this. And it's not going to, some of the things, and that's why I say, listen to those of us who are, willing to be honest, because it's certain things you won't even have to go through. All you got to do is just listen. Listen and say, okay, yeah, I'm going this way, because your spirit will lead you that way. Have confidence in self. Have confidence that you have your own answers, and anybody who is coming to you telling you that this is the truth and this is the only truth, don't listen to nobody else, follow me. You better be 40 going north the opposite way, because those people they're fools. They're fools, and they talking out the side of their neck. Any real guy or any real leader will tell you to check in with self. They will say, hey, go do your own research. Go do your own study. I'm just a guy. You know what I'm saying? I can hold the light up for you for a minute, but you the one who have to go through that corridor. You the one who have to do that. And I say that because I love you. I Now that you know you're beautiful, now that you know you're valuable, now that you're awakening to your value, you know what I'm saying? You are now responsible for passing that on through the example of leading. You know what I'm saying? Through that example of self. You know what I'm saying? You are now responsible for self. Listen, I don't care what you've done. I don't care how many abortions you've had. I don't care how many men you slept with. I don't care how many times you lied. As long as you are willing to atone for those things, as long as you are willing to tackle those issues, as long as you are willing now that you know better and you are willing to do better, it's nothing that you can't do in this world. You are all powerful, all knowing. This is who and what you really are. And when you talk about the conspiracy and what these people are doing to us, no, we are in control now. They gotta follow your lead. What you say, you gonna do. How you gonna work it. And so that's, you know what I'm saying, that's where it really it starts with the self-esteem. You know what I'm saying? It starts coming out of these addictions of, you know, relaxing our hair to be something we not, slapping, you know, so addicted to weave that we can't wear our own hair. So addicted to social conditioning that we know in the back of our mind, this is not me. To come out of that. And I'm smiling because I know you're going to do it. I have all the confidence in the world to know that you will gain that confidence in self and allow it to elevate you and allow yourself to take on this knowledge and properly digest it and properly give it. Peace and blessings. You know I love you. 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 When you know better, you do better. Do better, babies. Peace and blessings. YouTube, is TiffanniRhea, coming back to do a for women only. First thing I really want to talk about is just doing your history, doing your research, you know, reading for yourself, doing those things that really answers a lot of questions for you, because ultimately you have your own answers. You know, everything is already we have this inherent knowledge, which is why when you hear something that you really like or you agree with, it just resonates with your truth. So hopefully what you do when you watch my videos, take what you need and discard the rest. You know, and that's just what I do, period. I think that's the healthiest thing, because when we start making people, you know, putting people on pedestals or making people bigger than what they are because they seem to have a certain amount of knowledge, you know, we're all still human. We're all still growing. We're all still evolving. So get your answer. So let's go back and do a little bit of history. In ancient Egypt, you know, Kemet, where women were queens, where women ruled nations, was plenteous and harmonious as far as the plant kingdoms and the animal kingdoms, things were good. But if that was the case, why are we here now? So it was a matriarchal society, you know what I'm saying? Not so much as women ruled men, but, you know, women were the power. Women were the powerful ones. Men didn't have the power that they have now. Men were not what they are now. So my thing is, the way I'm looking at it, the way I'm thinking about it, is if it was really healthy and if people really flourish, why are we here now? Why are we here having male and female conflicts? Why are we trying to dominate each other? Why don't we like each other? Why is there a huge distaste for union? Think a very superficial way where we never really tap into our powers. We never really get to the heart and soul of how to solve these problems. I'm all about the solution. So with women, we have this power. We have this beauty. We have this thing within us, or these things within us that makes us multi-dimensional creatures. So that's why we're so good at so many things. All of my videos, when you look at my videos, you pretty much hear me saying, take care of you. Bottom line is, take care of you. Everything else will follow after that. Everything will be the most natural progression if you take care of you. So when I say you have to give birth to your man in a spiritual sense, when you give birth, when you're pregnant, you know, you have to take care of your body, you know, right? You have to take care of your body. You have to, it takes vitamins. You have to, you know, if you want a healthy baby, there's certain, you know, things that you have to do for your body, for the self, in order to ensure a healthy child, to ensure healthy delivery. You see what I'm saying? So in taking care of you and taking care of your house and taking taking care of your body, and taking care of your emotions, taking care of healing those voids within yourself in order for you to give birth to your man, meaning your union, that you can come together in a healthy way. In union, there is a merging of the two. So before there can be a merging of the two, there has to be a balance. There has to be a complementary. You know what I'm saying? And the true way to know if somebody is truly conscious or becoming conscious is there is a irrefutable, undeniable respect for the opposite sex. It is the most humble, beautiful thing you will see in a conscious person, because they have this natural, beautiful respect and honor for the opposite sex. So when we talk about the merging and the union, so why women always saying, you know, we have this desire to be married, taking it out the box, you know, marriage kind of symbolizes love in our minds, and it isn't. It's an institution, but we can make it what we need it to be for our families. You see what I'm saying? We can make it what we need it to be for us. You know, for the union of the two, instead of, oh, now I'm somebody because I got married. No, there's a merging, there's a balance, there's a mother, there's a father, there's children, and there's a community. Everything is healthy. You know, people are, you know, we understand our roles, we understand how things work, we understand this power that we hold as men and as women. So when you give birth to your man, it's because you heal you. In this superstructure, you know, women, we say the enemy is men. We say the enemy is the media. Or we say the enemy is everything outside of us. Where we're our biggest enemy. Women, we are our biggest enemy because we have this power to change the world. But we rather compete with each other. We need to ensure the life and quality of humanity. And so this is what is happening. This is why you have so many people who are becoming conscious and who are asking questions, because once you start asking questions, it leads to other questions. You start questioning certain things about your religion. You start questioning certain things about the way certain institutions are set up to keep us sheep. I've been broken down to the basics, the absolute basics, to the point where if this had not happened to me, I would not be talking to you right now. I would not be on YouTube. I would be somewhere being a sheep, thinking that a lion was somebody else's job. Leave the lions to Oprah. Leave the lions to Obama's wife. Leave the lions to people who are in the forefront when we supposed to be the foundation, making sure that people in the forefront, you know, they are able to accomplish things a lot easier because we're doing what we're supposed to do. A lot of things in our religions, you know, if it caters to solely to the masculine principle, it's a lie. Because women hold power. Power in itself is feminine. Power in itself is feminine. And so men are taught to be these masculine, overly macho. Watch Scarface a billion times. Watch all the thug movies. Watch all the gangster movies. That's what a man is. That's what a man isn't. That's so far from what a man is. It's ridiculous. But why is it acceptable for a young woman to be taught that she's supposed to, you know, honor her body, her temple is precious, don't allow anybody to touch you? But for a little boy, once he starts becoming a teenager, you know, he's ridiculed about still being a virgin. Boys taught that their body, that they have to, you know, sex everything that cock open. You know what I'm saying? These are things we have to start asking ourselves and doing something about. You know, my thing is we can talk about it all day, but let's do something about it, starting with you. Books are the doorway to freedom. Books are the doorways to freedom. It was for me, and I think it has to be this personal journey where you start to enjoy you. You know what I'm saying? That's one thing we're not taught as women. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, enjoy you. Do what makes you happy. And we thinking like, what do I like? Like, what do I start? Like, how do I do that? You know what I'm saying? Because we're taught to, you know, cater to everybody else but us. Women are magnificent creatures, but we have to have this irrefutable, beautiful respect for our men. That's the only way our unions will merge together in harmony and we can move forward. If you look through history, there's always been queendoms, there's always been kingdoms. And you had your king and your queen. But if it was harmonious, we would have evolved past where we are now. We had to get to some issues and start to write some stuff before, you know, in this day and age. That's why it's so interesting what's happening, and it's so beautiful because we can create that reality. You know what I'm saying? And it's for the highest good for us and all living things. Everybody benefits from this. Everything, every plant, you know what I'm saying? Every animal, every species that we're even aware of benefits. Because we're doing what we need to do. So as women, there's no limit, but we have to, take care of the basics before we can dive into, all the heavy stuff. You know what I'm saying? We have to deal with these issues. We have to deal with our emotions. We have to deal with, some of the things we repressed and suppressed and trying to make other people responsible for our happiness. We got to be strong for each other. We got to tell each other what's hard to hear. You know what I'm saying? We got to tell each other, what's, we can't sugarcoat. We can't afford to sugarcoat because it's just a bunch of BS. Let's continue to embrace this power, this beauty that is in all of us. It's in all of us. You know what I mean? Continue to give birth to our kings. Peace and blessings, family. I love you guys. What's up, YouTube? It is TiffanniRhea. I am coming to you today to do a video for men only. Of course, women, you can watch, but this is for the fellas. This is for you guys. Let me say to my audience that I am talking to conscious people. I am talking to progressive people. If you want to watch somebody who want to, talk about why men cheat, why women cheat, why, all the obvious things that we've been talking about forever, this is not the conversation you want to listen to. This video is for men only. Is because so much isn't being said. So much isn't being addressed. All of the obvious issues are when it's preached that men are the head and women are everything afterwards. It's untrue because we're equal, and that's why everything is so off, because we're trying to dominate each other and it hasn't worked. It won't work. This fairy tale we bought into as women. This fairy tale, that we've made you guys Superman, that you're gonna come on this white horse, that you're gonna rescue us from all our problems. This is the fairy tale we've bought into, and it isn't true. It isn't true. And so we become these little girls who grow up into these little women, to grown women, and we're so disheartened. Like, why is my man on drugs? Why won't he be faithful? Why can't he get it together? Why? Because this thing that we bought into isn't real. It's a lie. And the fact that men are trying to live up to it is another lie. The biggest lie. And so what's happening is we're becoming conscious. And so the more we embrace our softer side as women and men, because men as well, you have that feminine energy. Men are taught to be, masculine, and you're being manipulated, you're being controlled, and you're also a slave. Even though it looks like it's a man's world and women seem to be the weaker vessel, it isn't true. There will always be that temptation to stay where you're at. But I'm telling you today that you're wonderful, you're beautiful, you're magnificent, you matter, you truly matter. I trust my woman with my soul, with my secrets, with my heart, with everything that I am. I can trust her because I've learned to trust myself. You know what I'm saying? I can trust myself. And so everything that caters to men, as far as sexual wise, you got the strip clubs, everything that caters to you in a sense that keeps you away from your soul, keeps you away from your emotions, keep you drinking, keep you on drugs, keep you smoking, keep you so far away from your soul that you continue to cater to this system that is just an illusion. The fact that you don't need women come a dime a dozen. I don't really have to be with one woman because it's just so many of them, and you have so many of us women who have settled and who refuse to become conscious because it's too much work. It just breaks my heart because we're not speaking up and we're not living up to the power that we really hold as women, where we can come and tell you, from our hearts. We're so used to bickering. We're so used to trying to, manipulate and control the relationship to, get what we want. And, if you treat me, and that's what relationships are, in this superstructure is based on all manipulation. You give me this, I'll give you that. Give me that, I might think about giving you this. And you act like that, I act like this. That's not love. It's not love at all. It's not, it's manipulation. Call it what it is. It is what it is. And I'm just so sick and tired of us acting like, you know, it's working, and it's not. It's not. Our marriages are failing, our relationships are failing, our friendships are failing. We can't even be friends with each other because we are so out of touch with who we are, if we've ever been in touch in the first place. But before you came in physical form, before you put this flesh on, you were perfect. No, you were not born in sin. No, we're not trying to go through this life to unsin ourselves to become these perfect people. We'll always be negative. We'll always be positive. And it's about making that energy work together to make this world a better place. Instead of dancing around the issues that these things don't exist, this is why we're sick. This is why we cater to this disease system, and our men are dying because as women, we won't embrace this power to give birth to them again. You came through us in a physical sense. Now it's time you come through us in a spiritual sense. Right? The more we try to stay so busy that we don't have to look at ourselves and embrace that weakness, embrace those things that need to be healed, you know, the more, you know, things will fall apart. But women are becoming more conscious, and the more conscious we become, we can give birth to you again. We can give birth to the magnificence that you are. You've always been that. You've never stopped being that. Yeah, you know, how I'm taking my place. You know, I'm getting a little emotional, you know, how I'm taking my place, because if we don't do something about it, you know, we're going to continue to bury, you know, our sons, our husbands, our babies. We're going to continue to do it because we think that since it's always happening, we're powerless to the situations, and it's so untrue. It's so untrue. All we have to do is step up and say, listen, this isn't right. And as men, you want to provide for us. You want to be Superman. You really, really want to be. And we appreciate it. But before you put back on that cape, before you put on that suit, you know, put on your heart, you know, embrace that softer side of who you are, because, you know, you're suppressing it, you're repressing it, and it's going to come out in a violent way, you know. That's why the prisons are full of men. We suppress these emotions and they come out exploding, and then we have to deal with it, you know, after the fact. You know, I have to be sitting in a cell and say, you know, I really regret what I've done. My heart is healing. You know what I'm saying? My soul is healing. So I can come to you with these words and say, you know what? We gonna open the door. You know what I'm saying? We got the key. We gonna open the door. We gonna open that door and we know how to follow you. Because we gonna walk together. We gotta do this together. If we don't do it together, it's never gonna be done. We need each other. We've tried to do it the other way. You know, it keeps us in conflict. It keeps us bickering. It keeps us fighting. It keeps us unhappy. And you know what, men? I'm gonna tell you a secret. You know what a woman really wants? You want to know what a woman really wants after being desired and all those other things? At the end of the day, all a woman really wants is to be the only one. That's it. Not afraid to look at you and see who you really are. You know, beyond all the BS that we bought into. Please go embrace your wives, kiss them, hug them, let them know you love them. Find out, you know, this new language that we're speaking, you know, and it's more so from the feminine energy. It really, really is. It really, really is. Bring those energies to a balance. Hug and kiss your girlfriend. Let her know you love her. Kiss your daughters. Kiss your sons. Let them know that you love them. And in that love and giving that love, you know, you're healing. You know what I'm saying? Deal with your emotions. You know, create this dialogue between, you know, you and your friends. Because we love y'all. From the bottom of our hearts, we'll follow you. We'll, you know, we will. I'm talking to conscious people now. I'm talking to conscious people. People who awake. People who want to see change. You know, it's just, it's too hard to live this way. It's too hard to continue this way. And at the end of the day, we want to be loved. We're waking up. We're taking our place as women. And we want you to know, you know, we letting our kings through the door. So come on. Come on. You're welcome. And once again, from the bottom of my heart, all the pain we've caused you, I am sorry. Peace and blessings. God bless you. What's up, YouTube? It's TiffanniRhea. Today's video, first of all, how is everybody doing? Today's video, I want to talk about carrying your own bags. We go through life sometimes thinking that, you know, we can help other people. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes it becomes a little bit much. And the way to know that you're carrying somebody else's bags is you're not happy with your own life. You're not happy with you. You're not happy with so many aspects of your life. You know, you have your moments, but for the most part, you're not happy. You're just not happy. And a lot of the baggage comes from the past. A lot of the baggage comes from our family. A lot of the baggage comes from how we were raised. A quick metaphor for, you know, for me, and it woke me up, and it was a metaphor for my life. When I worked for Northwest Airlines, I was there for 9 years. And I wasn't a flight attendant. I wasn't a ticket agent. I was out there on the ramp with the bag. So we're, you know, we carrying, you know, luggage. You know, we connecting your luggage, making sure your bags get to you, freight, mail, all of this heavy stuff. You know what I'm saying? And I remember after the 5th year, it was just like, I'm tired of this. I can't do this. I wasn't made for this. I'm a girly girl. You know what I'm saying? I can't even be cute because the clothes is baggy. You know, we getting dirty. And it was just, it just got to the point where I was like, I just can't do this anymore. So after that, about the 5th year, I remember I was running a flight. That's what we call it. I was running a flight, and I just remember, you know, the international flights were always the biggest bags in the world. People going overseas, they packing their houses, cars. I mean, the luggage is just like 20 times my size and weight. So I remember one day I'm running this flight. We were up the aircraft, and it just hit me. It said, "This is your life. You are carrying somebody else's bags. You carrying somebody else's expectations. You carrying somebody else's wisdom. You carrying somebody else's goals. You carrying somebody else's perceptions. You carrying somebody else's religion. You're carrying somebody else's whatever. You're carrying it because, you know, you're not happy with your own life. And so the reason, you know, you're here is because somebody said this was a good job and you working it, but now you're too afraid to leave because of what everybody else thinks." And it took me, you know, another 4 years to be like, I can't do this no more. I was dying. I got hurt so many times out there, you know, I mean, life-threatening, you know, injuries, you know, and it was just like, I can't do this no more. I can't, but where do I go? You know what I'm saying? And I was carrying somebody else's bag, somebody else's luggage, what my mama said, what my daddy said, what my grandma said, what my friends think, what my pastor gonna say. And I'm carrying all of this stuff to the fact that I can't even live my own life. I can't even think my own thoughts. I can't do it. You know what I'm saying? It was just, it just became too much. We try to help people. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can help such and such out. Let me run over here and help such and such out. You know, I was a big people pleaser. You know what I mean? Hated to say no. Hated to say no. Because I didn't want nobody to think I was a mean or I was a bad person. But, you know, a lot of these people never sown. You know what I mean? They always wanted to reap the benefits, but never sown into my life. You know what I mean? They show up when they needed something. They showed up when, you know, they wanted me to support them on something. And that was pretty much it. I'm carrying somebody else's bags. You know what I'm saying? And it got to the point, it was like, you know, just now I had to really disconnect a very close relationship, you know, not put this person out of my life, but I had to set up healthy boundaries because I'm trying to cater to this person. And this person's mentality is holding me back. It's holding me back because I'm my own person. But I appreciate most of that I can make people back up. When you come to Tiffany, you know, with your problems, I'm not one of those people who gon', you know, put my arm around your shoulder and say, oh, woe is you. You know what I'm saying? Why is life so hard on you? No, I'm looking for a solution. Okay, how can we can cry about it. We can talk about it. But in the end, I'm looking for a solution for you. I'm looking to point you in the direction of your own voice. So it's going to be the healthiest solution for you, your highest good, and the highest good of all of the things. That's my whole purpose. I'm not one of those people who are going to be on the phone sitting with you, kicking it with you about your problems. I'm just not one of those. I'm going to be so real with you. I'm going to be so real with you. Like, this is what you need to do. You know what I'm saying? Whether you want to look at it or not, it's not going to be easy. It's going to be very, very painful, but this is what you need to do. And for the most part, we need to put down them bags. That's somebody else's stuff. Get them back their guilt. You know what I'm saying? Give them back their shame. You know what I'm saying? And a huge, huge, huge part of it is family secrets. Family secrets. Things we won't tell. Things that, you know, it goes from generation to generation. And some of the, some of our grandparents or parents or their parents, they don't want to talk about things that happened in the past and things that went on in the family. It's so much to carry. You know what I'm saying? And so don't tell. People say don't tell that. Like my father's side of the family, there's a lot of pain. There's a lot of unforgiveness. A lot of drama. You know what I'm saying? We had the girls in the family one year. We all sat down and I wanted to know, why are we like this? Why don't we know our dad's side of the family? Why, when we do come around, it's short-lived? Because somebody gonna get an attitude. Somebody gonna get mad about something. And once we sat down and talked about it, it was just so much. It was too much. I'm like, I needed a nap after that. Like, I seriously, like, we all need therapy. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, we all need to just really go and find somebody to really help us out, because this is some deep stuff. But the beautiful part is that we talked about it. You know what I'm saying? The beautiful part is, some people really got a lot of freedom about letting that baggage go. And family secrets will destroy you. I think, Chris Rock said something on Oprah. He said secrets rock the soul. You know what I'm saying? And it was so accurate. It was so true, because you're carrying around this secret and it's killing you. You can't be you. You can't think your thoughts. Everything is affecting you. You can't eat. You toss and turn it because you carrying around something that ain't even yours. Give people back their baggage. And people want to come and lay their problems on you, okay? We can sit here and kick it, but dig. We gonna find a solution to whatever it is problem. A lot of times people don't want the solution. They just want to come and vent over and over and over again. It's okay to vent sometimes, because we all need to vent. But if you're just constantly going through something, nah, Tiff ain't the one to really be dealing with. Because you know what I'm saying? You like it. You like that drama. You like that struggle. You like it. You love it, because you're not trying to make any changes. You're not. And sometimes, fear will keep you paralyzed. It will keep you in place. It will keep you from reaching out. And you will find yourself, excited about doing something. But the fact that you're carrying all them bags, somebody else's stuff, it will stop you every time. Stop you right in your tracks every time. It's just time to let go. And it's so easy to let go. But the hard part is, you have to train yourself to have, create new habits, healthy habits, by letting the other stuff go. The phone ringing. Don't mind y'all. But, it's, those healthy habits, take a while to, be put in place, because you're so used to the negative. You're so used to, things that you carried around and basically became a part of you, but it's not you. Old wisdom and dead loyalty and people who just, just along for the ride, but ain't putting no gas in the car. You know what I'm saying? They don't offer nothing. Don't volunteer for nothing. But when you get something, they got their hand out. They got their hand out like, I can't carry your bags. You got to carry that. You know what I'm saying? It took me a while to see why certain people are in the positions and predicaments they're in, because that's what they've sown. That's what they sown. And so they run to the people who, seemingly have it together to reap something they haven't sown. I feel we can justify the fact that we can hold a grudge based on what somebody did to us. Based on whatever the situation may have been, we gonna walk around and hold this grudge like this person, you know what I'm saying, did horrible, horrible things to me. But you don't really realize what that grudge is doing to you on the inside, and how much is taken from your health to hold on to that. Give them people back their baggage. Give those, don't sit around feeling guilty about something that has absolutely nothing to do with you, just because you're in a family who wants to keep a secret. You know what I'm saying? And it will make you sick. It will make you sick. And that's what I think, is referred to generational curses, because nobody wants to talk about it. So we're walking around and it's affecting our relationships, it's affecting our friendships, it's affecting what we want to do and be in life. Put those bags down. Let people carry their own bags. You got enough of your own stuff to carry. Quit playing Rescue Ranger. You ain't 911. Well, no one's going to do it if I don't. Oh, well, they'll find a way to get it taken care of. They always do. Stop feeling so obligated to look out for people, So that's all I really want to talk about. Carry your own bags. They can carry your own stuff. Give people back their stuff. All that childhood stuff, all that stuff that's hurting you, all that stuff that's just, eating away at your soul, all that stuff that's keeping you from really, truly being happy. Be obligated to your happiness. Be obligated to things that nourish you, that, people who nurture you, people who understand your needs and concerns about you. That's what you need in your life, through life freely. That stuff has nothing to do with you. But the fact that you've been carrying it around so long, it's gonna take some time to kind of, put a little bit down at the time. You know what I'm saying? No, you can't fit nobody else's stuff in your bag because you got room. No, let everybody carry their own stuff. TiffanniRhea, it's always good talking and sharing with y'all. Y'all take care. God bless.
What's up, Facebook and YouTube? I post them on both. I wanted to make a point, and I wanted to say something about the state of African Americans. I want to get right into it. Now, I know some of you consider yourself to be African, African American, whatever you consider yourself. I'm African in America. That's what I say. See the African earrings, right? Now, I want to say this to you. We are missing a big point. Regardless to what you believe in, what you do, we as African Americans need to do what we need to do together. There's a study out on Black America Web that says African American will never achieve wealth in the current system. Now, you might instantly think to Oprah and to our athletes and to Tyler Perry, but I'll challenge you to say that the crumbs off Master's table is not sufficient for all of us. And if you choose to sell out your people, then yeah, you will make money. Tyler Perry is wearing a dress. I like his movies and I support him, but he wears a dress, and they're not intimidated by that. Oprah Winfrey, she caters all of her shows to white America, and they're not intimidated by that either. And let me give you just a brief, I guess a clear view of what I'm talking about. When the Asians come to this country, we know what they do. We know they do either Chinese stores or they have hair stores. When the Mexicans come out here, we know that they either do roofing or landscaping, that type of work. They'll live in the same house. They'll do it all together. We know that the Palestinians, Arabs are going to do gas stations and corner stores. It's going to sell us poison. It has nothing productive in our community. We know that white people are going to band together. You see it now, the Tea Party, to come against us with anything racial. What do black people do? Yeah. That's what I'm saying. We hate on each other, and we either take side with Master or be a house nigga. Now, here in Columbus, where I live, Mount Vernon area, the churches has sold the black people out. Like back in the day when Poindexter was being built, Mount Vernon was being built, Shiloh Baptist Church took a lot of money, and another church on over there on 20th took a lot of money that messed up the economics for the whole community. But and over at some churches over here, I heard that the church on Fifth Avenue, St. Clair, that when the new pastor came there, they had $5 million, and now they have zero. So we allow our pastors to do whatever we want. We don't hold them accountable. And I say that it's time for African Americans to stop doing that. I have a new organization called the National Advancement for African American. It's called the National Association for African American Advancement, and it's challenging the NAACP because the NAACP locally, they take money, they rig elections, and they're not out for our best interests. So I want to know if you're down and you live here in Columbus and you want to be down for the advancement of African Americans, join me. Let's do some work. Let's stop talking about it. Let's stop saying something to do nothing. Let's do something, because I'm tired of people saying black people are their own biggest problems. Black people do not bring the drugs into this community. Black people do not bring the things in this community that's affecting us. Black people are not their biggest problem. There's only 3% of us that do the things that we don't like. We have more black men in prison than we had in slavery. We have to begin to wake up and save our community, because if you think that just because you made it and you may have a good job at the city or you own a house, if you think that you got it and you don't need us, you better think again. And you need to, and if you don't want to have leadership, fine, stay there. I'm for reparations. I'm for helping waking up my people. I'm for helping them stop. I'm for waking up the people. So if you're for those same things and you want to get together, I have an office on Mount Vernon and 20th, the old neighborhood house. I'm trying to sign up all the single mothers. If we can all come together, have voting blocks, and we do things as African American for our interests, we can make an agenda to say what African Americans are going to stand for. Let's make it happen. I mean, I'm asking you to either comment on this video to say you down, you want to be a part, and just don't say something to do nothing, because I'm sick of hearing all these people. I know it's Sunday, you probably went to church, you went home and had a big deal, and you said to hell with the community. Well, you know, you can keep doing that. I want the true revolutionaries who want to save the people, because anytime there's a revolution, it's only a few of us. And I've done a lot of research, and I know it's a whole bunch of people on my Facebook family and friends that can come and join with me. We're having a meeting at 1060 Mount Vernon Avenue Monday at 7 o'clock. Only 2 other individuals are coming to talk about doing a TV show for teens to talk about our issues. We can show videos and really get our teens involved. So if you want to help with that, please leave a comment or show up at 1060 Mount Vernon Avenue tomorrow at 7 o'clock. My phone number is 614-317-5609. If you want to come, come, or call me. Let's make it happen. Let's stop allowing the Democrats in this community to just take our votes and be there. We need to develop what we're going to do as African Americans. We cannot keep sitting here allowing you know, the status quo to keep going. You know, issue 12 pissed me off. And then the Democrats are saying we should vote for it. They lied to us. We don't have a friend in politics. And we need to stand up against that bull, and we need to push our own candidates. And if you are down, I need you. Let's see. What's that? What's that?